Welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you here as always. Thank you for joining me on this health-based journey where we work to improve the overall health of the mind, body, and I think that includes our spirit as well. One of the things that I like to try to exude on these Mindset and Motivation Mondays is that you can absolutely, you can be, you can do, you can have anything you want in your life as long as you get something correct right up front. Meaning that it takes most of us, if not our entire lifetime, to figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing with our life, how to set goals specifically, how to achieve goals. Is there a specific system? And we're just not taught these things. Why? It's because when we look at essentially conventional-based school, conventional-based medicine, conventional dogma in general, it allows us to reach status quo. So that's not necessarily a bad thing because status quo means that you are able to provide enough for yourself and maybe your family in life. And so you get by, you survive, and that's a good thing. It is. It was a good thing hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, and certainly it's a good thing here today. The problem is you have so much more opportunity in front of you. You have so much more potential to go above the status quo. And again, while I don't think there's anything wrong with the status quo, I know that many of you listening to this show right now, you want more for yourself, you want more for your family, you want more for your life. That might be more in your relationships, more in your spirituality, more in your career or finances, more in your overall health, and more out of your body. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think we've been told for too long that it's wrong to want more, that it's wrong to go for more when so many people have less. The problem is you do not help others out who have less by not going for more. There's in like no way, shape, or form by you getting more out of your life, you transforming your body, transforming your relationships, transforming your finances, transforming your spirituality. By you staying stagnant or status quo, you don't help anybody else out. I don't believe that there is any spirituality to keeping yourself at the status quo. And again, I have no problem with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with status quo. To be honest, there's no definition of status quo except, yeah, you're getting by, you're right in the middle, you're average, good. I have no problem with that. But if you want something more out of life, there's nothing wrong with that, right? In my opinion, it's this. Honestly, I grew up maybe with the mindset that people who had more were bad, right? They basically took from others so that others had less. I don't see it that way. Anything more that I've ever seen my clients, my friends, my colleagues get, I've only seen them give back. It's almost impossible to give more than you have, right? Because you'd literally have to take it from someplace else. So if you have more time, you have more money, you have more happiness, you have more knowledge, you have something to give to others. If you don't have any of those things, it's difficult to give more of that to others, right? So I have clients, I have friends, I have colleagues who've done very well financially. The vast majority of them, like 99 out of 100, all give back in ways that you even 10,000 people wouldn't equate to what they're able to give back. And that's an amazing thing. And again, different people have different philosophies in life. What I know is this: if you take care of yourself, you're able to give more. If you fill up your own cup, you're able to pour some out. It's always how we've seen things. I was not able to help people in my career fully until I got well. I was still working in fitness. I was still working in nutrition. And I was teaching people. And I think I was doing good work. When I got well, my energy skyrocketed. My digestion was great. My sleep was great. I had no more allergies or any of these particular things. No more joint pain, no more brain fog, no more Addisons disease, no more rheumatoid, no more type 2 diabetes, none of these things, right? I was able to give more. One, I could draw upon my own strengths, energy, experiences, and I could share actually, listen, I was as bad as I think you get, right? I really do. Like, yes, you can be worse. I always say that you can be worse. But for the vast majority of people, I lived like a zombie for a very long period of time. I just masked it. That was it. Most people didn't know. I just masked it. So here's what I want to share with you though. It's really important that you understand is that at any point in your life, if you decide to break free from the status quo and you want to take things in your life to that next level, you can. Now, I tried in my early 20s to get well. It didn't happen right away. So a lot of people say, well, you tried and you didn't get there. Well, here's the thing. Let me just share with you just a couple stories. So for one, maybe I had more to learn. Maybe I had more growing to do. Maybe I have been given this challenge, this obstacle, this life in order to learn so that I can teach. Maybe. It's one way to look at it. But I can tell you from 17 to 22, yeah, I didn't get well. No doubt about it. At 22, got out of undergrad, started to read a whole lot more books than just what was given to me in school, right? Most people's book reading education ends at 22. For doctors, another 4 years. But here's the thing. After 22, 26, 27 years old, most people, they read maybe a book a year. That's the honest truth. You can ask if you have a friend who's in a specific industry, like a doctor, medical doctor, whatever it might be. And again, I'm not, there's no hate on this end at all. This is the reality. Just listen, talk to anybody in any field, like real estate agent, attorney, you're reading some research here and there. You're not reading like in depth. You're just not. So what I realized then was when I was done with what I needed to do to satisfy that piece of paper that I got to leave school, I read a lot. I read a whole lot more, right? You probably read like 30 books, 40 books in over the course, not even, right? In a school year, how many books are you really reading? I don't know. I would say somewhere around 20 books per school year, right? 20 textbooks or so, maximum. So I'll be generous and say you're reading somewhere between like 60 and 80 books by the time you graduate college. Okay, I went on to read thousands of books, but here's the reason why. It was in my field. So I was learning things. I was also seeing different practitioners. I was getting well, and then I would relapse. Then I would start to get well again, and then I would relapse. I'd learn more. I tried things. I would get well, and then I would relapse. I continued to learn and grow. I didn't fail. Sure, there was what would look like a lot of failures along the path, no doubt about it. But at no point did I fail, and here's why. I didn't give up. Now, I don't own any special superpowers. I definitely don't. I was down on myself. I was upset. I was depressed. I was overwhelmed. I was irritable. I was angry. Every single time I would get sick again because I was trying so hard, and yet I didn't get well. Well, what I didn't know is I was learning all the ways that wouldn't work, right? And that accounts for something. Eventually, I tell people, listen, you run out of ways that won't work. So if you're not repeating the ways that don't work, you're going to figure it out. It's almost mathematically impossible not to, because it's not an infinite amount of possibilities of how to get well. And that goes for the same thing in any career, like literally career, body transformation, weight loss, weight gain, spirituality, relationships. You can only make so many mistakes. Vow not to repeat them, right? But what's the first part to all of this? The first part is this. If we want to move from being at the status quo, what do we need to do? We need to know where we want to move to. That is the major issue that I see with most people. I'm telling you right now, most people aren't lazy. There's a lot of people out there who say, oh, millennials are lazy, Gen Z's lazy, this generation's lazy, everybody's lazy. No, they're not, right? I don't believe that at all. I believe that a lot of people are not unlocking their purpose. They're not unlocking their potential and their passion. And so if you don't care too much about anything, if you don't care too much about relationships or spirituality or your body, your health, if you don't care about these things, you're not going to attain them, because you're literally telling the world, universe, God, however you want to describe it, you're saying these things aren't important to me. Well, you can better believe that if they're not important to you, most likely you're going to get just that. You're going to get just average. And again, if you are okay with just average, I'm okay with just average for you, because that makes you happy, right? But I'll tell you right now, most people, they're like, no, I'm okay with that. Okay doesn't mean happy, right? Deep down, most people, they know what they want, right? So you're denying your true self what you want. If you do that for long enough, here's what happens. You become despondent. You become like low-level depression. You just lose interest in life overall. And then what do you hope for? Well, you hope for just the latest dopamine fix. Like, oh, I'm going to, go out with friends this night. I'm going to go drinking here. I can't wait to go on the next vacation. I can't wait for the next weekend. You're literally wishing your life away to the next event instead of enjoying each day. It's really difficult to enjoy each day if you don't know what you're moving towards. If there is no true purpose, there's not a whole lot of happiness to life. I'll tell you right now, the happiest people I know are the people that are in constant growth, and I would even say for the most part, struggle mode. Now, the thing is this, they're aware of the struggle. That's the difference. When I was struggling from 17 to 27, I wasn't happy. I had lots of struggles. There's no doubt about it. I had struggles getting my own profession off the ground, meaning because I did everything from scratch, right? Did everything from scratch. Probably not the best way to do it, but that's what I had at my disposal. That's what I did, right? Just literally feet to the pavement, working 12, 16-hour days. That's what it was. I had struggles with health. I had struggles with a lot of different things. I had some good things in my life, no doubt about it, but I had struggles. Didn't appreciate those struggles at the time. Now, the most successful people I know, here's the difference. They know that the struggle is the way towards growth. They know that that is them growing, learning, overcoming obstacles, because they know that if they do not overcome obstacles and challenges in life, there is no growth, which means they don't get to the next level. You can't get to the next level with who you are right now, right? You as a person, yes, but you're missing something. It could just be unlocking that mindset and potential, right? Or it could be you need some knowledge. You need some type of specified knowledge to get you the new career, right? Or promotion. Might need some specialized knowledge in terms of exercise or fitness to get the body that you want, or the protocol for health, or the at-home lab, whatever it might be. Relationships, you might need to read a book. You might need to get a coach, right? So here's the thing. It's inside of you. There's no doubt about it. It's within your potential. I truly believe that. I don't think that there's wild discrepancies between individuals. No, I think that some people get it. That's it. And I didn't get it for the longest time, like a long time. I had to wait till I graduated undergrad. Again, maybe that's early for some, no doubt about it. But some people get it as a kid or they get it as a teenager. I didn't get it. And that's why I was unhappy. Then again, along the way, I got it, right? I understood that if I get clear on a goal, if I know what it is that I want to achieve, I may struggle. Well, not may, I will struggle. And the reason is this, I don't know yet how to do that thing to get to that next level. Because if I already knew what to do, I would already be at that level. So now, how do I shortcut that? Knowing I don't know what I need to know in order to get to the next level, that's the growth part, right? What do I need to do? Well, I can take an online course in whatever it might be, right? I can hire a coach or personal trainer or health or these are all the things that you can do, right? So that's going to shortcut it the most, right? Always hiring a coach, practitioner, whatever it might be, who has that specialized knowledge is always the fastest. No doubt about it. But it's typically the most expensive, right? So then a level down might be like an online course on relationships or financing or certification or whatever it might be. And the one below that is a book, right? Reading a book. People say, oh, I could just watch a 5-minute video. You, trust me, if all the knowledge you needed was inside of a 5-minute YouTube video, we would all be wildly successful, right? That's the surface level. Most people have surface level knowledge. Surface level knowledge does what? It creates confusion. That's it. Because you know enough now to just challenge the status quo. But it leaves you frustrated because you think that you know more than you know. And so you think that you should already be at that next level, but you don't know the nuances. And that's the issue I have with the health field, the natural health field as well. It's all in the nuances. People think that only doing this one thing, oh, I switched over to, I don't know, sourdough bread and everything changed for me. Maybe, but almost nobody, right? Or I took this one vitamin B12, and it was the methylcobalamin version, and now I have energy that I just can't be stopped. Well, maybe. I just typically no, right? It's a bit more nuanced. You might ask, why do you feel better not eating I don't know, yeast. Why do you feel better? Or why don't you absorb as much B12? Or what's going on with your digestive system? Do you have SIBO? Do you have Candida? Why do you have SIBO or Candida? And begin to work on those things, right? It's much more nuanced than just taking the top level thing. But I'm telling you, if you're willing to do the work, which is mainly if you're willing to learn the things that you need to know in order to up-level your life, it eventually becomes not about the goal you're looking to attain, but the actual knowledge and the person you need to become in order to achieve that goal. Once you begin to realize that, life opens up to you. Honestly, you begin to realize that, yes, I can be, do, or have anything I want in life. If I begin to shift my mindset towards one of growth, knowledge seeking, expansion, service of others, and realizing that it truly is the journey on that way to that ultimate goal. Hopefully today's podcast was helpful. I do appreciate, of course, you tuning in. If it was helpful, do feel free to share it with anybody else you believe it could serve. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing day.